What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode. If you guys are new here, we do a giveaway at the beginning of every single episode, and today's winner is Boots. Congratulations, Boots. I just sent you some crypto. Thank you for commenting. If you guys want to win, like, subscribe, and comment something about the video as well as your wallet address for a chance to win on the next video. If you guys have noticed on the channel, recently I've been talking about ways to store Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the most efficient way possible. Today's crypto talk will be with Cryptostache. He's a guy I've been watching for a couple of months now. He does a lot of things around storage and how to stash your crypto. I wanted to pick his brain a little bit about what he's doing with storage, whether it's hot wallets, cold storage, and how Cryptostache stores his Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So without further ado, let's dive right into the talk with Cryptostache. I am here with Cryptostache today. How you doing, Cryptostache?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. So we just wanted to sit down and chat a little bit about Cryptostache's story, how he got into the space, and ultimately how we're stashing our coins. So
that's right.
Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into the space.
Yeah, so a little bit about me, how I got into the space. I'm kind of a tech guy, right? So I've always been a computer computer nerd, I suppose you'd say, but computer person, right? And I kind of just randomly had stumbled upon Bitcoin in my internet trollings in 2012. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Internet money. That's interesting. And I was like, and I was like, read a little bit more about it. Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Wait, Litecoin. What the hell is Litecoin? No, this has got to be a fake. This has got to be a scam. And so that was like my first time I really saw Bitcoin. And I realized, oh, there's Litecoin too. This definitely is not. This can't be something that's legit. And so I slept it off. And then 2013 came around. And then I took I saw it again and I took another look and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And the end of 2013 is when I really understood, really dove into what blockchain was. And that's when it all clicked. And I was like, oh, wow, wait, this is way bigger than it just being like some magical internet money, which is how I kind of saw it before, because I didn't take the time to really understand, to dive into it just enough. I mean, not you don't have to know every technical thing, but just enough to like that spark goes off, that little light bulb, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is huge. And so, yeah, 2013 is kind of when I realized that. And I was like, I got to get in now. Yeah. And I did. I essentially almost bought the top of the market, FOMO'd into the top of the market into 2013, beginning of 2014. And then we had like a 2-year bull, bear market where the price, kind of went down and it was just flat for like 2 years. And so I just sat on it, and that's kind of how I got started. And so then after those 2 years of me just sitting on it, not really talking about it, 2016 came around and I kind of got back in. I was like, oh, let me check my Bitcoin, because I'd seen something about the price kind of starting to go back up. I was like, oh, I bought some Bitcoin. Sweet, let me go check out. And I was like, oh yeah, sure enough, it had gone past what I had bought it at. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And so that's when I started doing a little bit more, in-depth research into the market and other, coins and the environment. And then I started trying to talk to my friends about it, and that doesn't ever go well. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've yet to meet a crypto enthusiast that was like that had this story where they're like, "Oh man, when I first got into crypto, all my friends were into it too, and it was amazing. We could just talk about it all forever." Like I don't know if you've ever met that person, but I have not yet in crypto.
No. There's never a smooth, flowing conversation with it. There's usually, you meet some combative people that may come from a background in finance that are, almost like walking through a minefield in a conversation.
Right.
You're talking about it.
They're just waiting for you to get to a point where they can just go scam.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's how it was. And so I was trying to talk to my friends about it, and they weren't, so then I eventually was like, well, maybe if I just make a blog, I can write down my adventures, the things I'm doing. I can refer them to just go to the blog, check it out. Here's what I've been up to. You can kind of see that this is legit, and I'm exploring the whole space, and you can kind of benefit from my exploration. Yeah. And that's really how I got started in the whole space, as far as like being really into like the crypto scene, right? That was, in 2016. And so I started my blog, and I was writing about crypto for a long time before I started doing videos. Obviously, I still do write on my website, cryptostache.com, all the time. And that's where you can find all my stuff. Links to everything I do. But obviously, I'm on, do videos and stuff now on YouTube. And so that's definitely becoming a predominant part of what I do. So that's a little bit about me and how I got started, and you know, a little bit about the stash, and obviously where the whole thing came, stash, crypto stash, you know, this lovely mustache.
Yeah, and that I'm very familiar with that bear market, the 2014 GOX, just that vast wasteland where how much money was going into the startups. And
I laugh at all of the people in the market right now who are complaining about this bear market. Oh my God, it's been 8 months. I'm like, dude, try that 2014 market of 2 years with the Mount Gox crash like that, man. I mean, you want to talk about markets that people have been through. If you've been through that cycle, then you're laughing at right now. So me and you are both in kind of the same boat, I think, right?
Yeah.
You're also probably holding during that time. And I mean, that was way worse than what we're seeing right now, I think, honestly.
Oh yeah. I mean, it went down like 90%, something like that after the Gox hack. Like that was absolutely, and it was just crickets. No one was talking about it.
And you know what's funny too, that I kind of correlate to this, is that obviously a similar kind of issue is that in 2014, you see that was almost when we had the peak merchant acceptance too. I go back, and when I try and do some of these videos about going out and spending Bitcoin, I do some of these videos about going out and doing that. I find like a lot of listings of businesses that had listed in 2014 but now no longer take it, but they never took their listing down. You know, and so I actually found that to be the case a couple of times when we were out kind of investigating and doing that. So I think that was a huge thing. It really took a bite out of the cryptocurrency market and Bitcoin's, you know, steam. But you can see like how resilient Bitcoin is after these massive, you know, kind of hurdles that they've had to overcome. And that, I think the Mt. Gox was a huge hurdle, right? I mean,
oh yeah, it was effectively like the biggest bank robbery, you know, of the space,
and it just keeps getting bigger, right? Every time
every time it's exponentially bigger. But so what are you, that's a good segue into the next question, is what are you excited about as far as like the different projects? Because I follow your channel pretty closely, and you seem to be talking about different projects from time to time, but what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do try and projects surf around. I get a lot of suggestions from people. It's hard to like know all the projects out there, man. There's so many. I'm actually really excited about BAT, basic attention token. You know, out of all the things that I think that affect me, that one of the most directly, I think that's one of them. You know, it has to do with content creators, with advertising online, being, you know, having a more fair platform, being able to you know, directly compensate the people who create content that you love. In a way that's very passive, I think is really amazing. And then the fact that you just have this browser that's all tied into it, this Brave browser that is, you know, developed by some of these major players. And it's a great browser, man. I've been using Brave for like almost 2 years now.
What, from your opinion, is like the most effective way for a beginner to use storage? Like the safest and the easiest and the fastest way? What do you recommend?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, that's something obviously I advocate is stashing your coins, right, or hodling your crypto, right? You know, for many reasons, but in general, like, you know, how the best way of going about it, I really have like multiple ways. So the way I kind of think about it is in 3 kind of layers, right? So I have my most basic layer, which is the least secure layer, which I would consider kind of like my online wallets, right? You know, things that I'm going to be doing or using a lot, and so those that include like exchange wallets. They include like my MetaMask. So I don't know if you use MetaMask, but that's a great like DApp in browser, you know, wallet that you can use. I play a lot of or test a lot of Ethereum based games. So I have to use MetaMask for quite a few of those. So that's kind of like the first layer. And that's like the least secure, I would say. So I keep the least amount of money, and I just kind of keep some, you know, I don't know, $50 of ETH or something in my MetaMask, so I can play some ETH games, you know, or buy some cards on Gods Unchained or whatever, just mess around. And then same thing with the exchange. I only keep just enough on the exchange that I want to be trading, and then whenever I'm pulling stuff off as profits or whatever it may be, or taking a trade back out, then I push it to my more secure, which would be like my I don't know, not necessarily cold storage, but my main wallet, you know. And so like I have a desktop client. I like to use Exodus as that. So it's kind of like where I keep my, you know, stuff that I don't want to have in cold storage. So it's stuff that is not a massive amount of funds, but enough to where I can use it to pool to send to other exchanges or for buys for other places. And so that's a lot more secure, you know, kind of level of security for that kind of level. I guess it's middle level, right? And so it's kind of a quasi hot wallet, I guess, really. But it's more of a desktop client versus being just an internet only based one. And then obviously third level is kind of like your cold storage. So that's your hardware wallets, like a Trezor or Ledger or whatever it may be. And I actually prefer Trezor.
Yeah.
So that's the big debate right there. I've reviewed both of them. I reviewed the Ledger Nano S, which is the popular one. I don't know which one you have, but and then I reviewed the Trezor Model T. And that Model T is awesome, actually, man. It works really good. And the Ledger, it's, I don't know, just like the clicky button thing. And it's nice. It works great. But it just, as far as interface and smooth, the Model T, the new Trezor, is really nice.
So I got this one called the Jupiter at the, have you seen this one?
Oh, Jupiter. Yeah, I have not seen that. Yeah, that's cool.
It was at World CryptoCon, and I think they're just a startup, but I haven't quite played around with it yet. And I was just curious as to what you were using for cold storage, because these guys seem brand new.
Yeah.
And
I'm actually, there's another company too that I was working with too. I've been giving some of these away on my channel. They're called Key Wallets. Okay. And so it's similar to what you're doing. So you can see it's like but it has this NFC chip in it. So you see that chip right there, and so there's no battery, there's no screen on it, but it interfaces with your phone. So you just any NFC enabled phone, like that has like Apple Pay or Samsung Pay, you just run this to the back of the phone, and it loads up the app, and then you can that's how you use your security and basically interface to the wallet through the app, and you don't need a battery or anything. It's actually pretty interesting little wallet.
That's awesome. Yeah. I've been kind of experimenting around with different methods just to not only show viewers, because I feel like storage is going to be one of the things that unlocks the next 100 million people, because people need to get in the mindset of being their own bank. Mm-hmm. And that's very hard if you don't understand how to actually bank your coins. So
right. Well, I think people are getting more comfortable with that with like mobile banking.
Yeah. I think the core concept of having someone like some sort of authority figure that you can blame in the event that anything happens, and removing that is like, and being responsible is so empowering. But at the same time, some people just really struggle with it.
Yeah, you're right. People really do. I mean, and that's a legit concern when you look going forward in this industry, is that we got to make it so easy and seamless that these people don't have that trouble. And that's actually a pretty big hurdle when we talk about mainstream adoption, because I think that's really what it comes down to.
With that said, what are you working on? Like, what are you working on in the space? What projects are you on? I know that the one that I saw at World CryptoCon, Crypto Cake, but what can you share about what you're working on?
Yeah, I mean, things that I'm working on. So the Crypto Cake thing is definitely going to be cool. We did shoot a pilot for that, a bunch of different shows, and I'm going to be on this show called Crypto Potatoes. Right now it's called ICO Potatoes, but I think they're going to change the title. But yeah, it's this like 24/7 streaming crypto news entertainment channel. And I think it's gonna be really cool if they can pull it off and do the things they're looking to do. They seem to have a pretty good base with where they're trying to come from, essentially. Their knowledge and their experience. The team, the guys. I don't know if you talked to them directly about it, but
yeah,
I'm excited about that. So we'll see how that comes to fruition in February. A lot of that's out of my hands. That's kind of something like, am I working on it? Kind of. I mean, I'm really excited for it to happen. I want something to come to fruition, so I'm trying to help to make it happen as much as possible. But personally, I'm trying to kind of get to the point where I can get a little bit of extra time to work on some more video classes. So one of the things I do on my website is beginner classes, and I was actually doing once a quarter. I do a beginners like Bitcoin crash course, and so it's everything from like we start off like, well, what is Bitcoin, what is mining, and kind of walk people through. And I usually have like 15 or 20 people in there. So I'm trying to work on new course material for that, and then also for some new online courses too that I can try and help some people with. Like right now, you can go to my website and there's a whole free online course, basically my same in-person class but online. In video format that you can do for free. And so I want to try and do some more advanced courses, some more stuff on trading. And so I'm kind of working on getting that stuff all set up right now.
Nice.
And so, yeah, so I mean, I don't know, like, we're here in this bear market, I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun with it actually right now, man. You know, things have been really serious, and that's why I've done like the I don't know if you've seen my recent show, the Crypto Corral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit more fun. It's like a Western showdown between two coins. We just kind of, I don't know, I have like a cowboy hat on and everything.
Yeah, so.
Just kind of have fun with it, man. And you know, I don't try and take it too serious, but it's still, you know, I go over both projects, you know, in some very detailed points, and yeah. And so I think that really that's what I'm just kind of working on, engaging with a lot more folks on different platforms like Twitter and YouTube. And yeah, but as far as like big major things I'm working on, that's about it right now. You know, I've had a really busy summer, and so I'm actually excited to take a little bit of a break here in November and December, probably come back refreshed here in January and February, and we have a bunch more things that we working on. Obviously, I do like crypto meetups, so I help co-host one here in Long Beach once a month. So I guess that's something I'm always working on.
Yeah, that's pretty great. How can the community help with anything you're working on?
Community help. Well, yeah, I mean, I would love for, you know, this is actually a good thing. I've actually started doing a new thing on Mondays where I actually do the reverse. So I put out there on every Monday on Twitter, how can I help you? So what can I do to help you today? And I've gotten a lot of people ask some really great questions or some really good requests from me on Mondays. So definitely stop by my Twitter and check that out. But yeah, how other people can help. I mean, I think that just, you know, really, in my opinion, get some solid knowledge about Bitcoin and go tell a friend. You know, I mean, that's really how I think that would help, you know, not only me, but everybody, right? Everybody in this space. I think that would be an amazing thing to do. In general, you know, go to my website. Go read my articles every day. Sign up on my website so you can be part of the Stash Club. And I'll send you an email once every Saturday with all the news articles I've written and videos I've done, and that's a lot of fun. So you could definitely go do that, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be very helpful as well.
Very nice.
That's it for my chat with Cryptostache. I hope it was valuable for you guys. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to slap a like on this video. If you're new here, join the crypto fam now by slapping subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.